now living here for 4 years, and it's not Wurstfest 365 days a year. And yet, every year, that excitement comes back. You got to think of it like a little kid waking up on Christmas Day. I'm like, woo, we're going to have biting of the sausage. Yeah! The proper way to start this day off is to have a birthday singing for J-Rock.
All right.
So Johnny and I, we have not practiced this. We are going to duet.
If I was your accordion for a day, or if your accordion can talk, what would it say about life on the road without its mouth?
You are now plugged into the Social Plug Podcast.
What is going on, everybody? I am Johnny Martinez, and you are plugged into the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up and where we discuss and highlight ordinary people doing extraordinary things. We are live on a Monday afternoon. It's 1 p.m. We have a special guest. I'm not going to say who he is now, but I think we all know. We all know who we have here in studio. It's an honor and a privilege to have this man here. So we're going to have a lot of conversations with him, a lot of cool dialogue. We're in New Braunfels, baby, and it's November. We got a lot of things going on. We just finished with Halloween. All right, I didn't have the chance to dress up. I could have, but I didn't. I declined it this year. I know J-Rock was on social media with his luchador mask. He was, highlighting Halloween, highlighting everything that he possibly could. His birthday's coming up. I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but J-Rock is getting older.
Oh, geez. You're going to put that out there?
You're getting a little older. I mean, we don't get younger.
That is true.
But is it older or is it wiser, more experience, more vintage?
I want to say that I'm wiser today, man. I really want to hope that I am at least, right? I'm enjoying it. I don't know, man. Halloween was fun, by the way. Whenever I feel that Halloween's here, I'm like, okay, that's my birthday. It's coming up. But, dude, I think this is the first year that I just really didn't care about my birthday. Does that mean I'm getting older? You know what I mean? I want to just be home.
Dude, I don't celebrate my birthday anymore.
Exactly. So I'm like,
why am I going to be celebrating it? Getting older.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess. I mean, I'm definitely appreciative of where I'm at in life today, and also just to be living, of course. But we're gonna get older. But I mean, I never looked at it that way either, though. I mean, but I guess I'm just at that point in life too, where it's all about progression right now for me, and how I can stay consistent with life. So
embrace it, J-Rock.
I'm trying, man.
It's happening. Life's happening. A lot of stuff's going on in life, and just embrace it. The older we get, the wiser we should be getting. You shouldn't be getting dumber.
Yeah.
As you get older.
No, for sure.
But and November, all right, it's November 3rd today. The weather is getting a little cooler, and there's something cool that's happening starting next week. Mm-hmm. Something called Wurstfest. And I get excited for Wurstfest, not only the pretzels and the beer, but just the people gathering around celebrating good times, right? And we have the best in the business, man. This guy. We talked before the show. We've been talking for about 30 minutes. I wish some of you guys would be checking out this dialogue here. But this man, he brings a high level, not only of musical knowledge and musical experience, but he brings high energy. Some of the best energy that I've seen from a musician.
That's right.
And I've seen a lot of concerts. I've been going to concerts all my life. I've seen people like AC/DC live, the original. Maybe not the original, that's Bon Scott. But Brian Johnson, and it's loud and it's extreme. But this man here, Alex Meixner, to me, you are the king of polka music. You're the king of Wurstfest, and you bring it every damn time, Alex. Welcome to the show.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back, my friend Johnny, and J-Rock. I mean, he's got a birthday here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the proper way to start this day off is to have a birthday singing for J-Rock.
All right.
So Johnny and I, we have not practiced this. We are going to duet. Okay?
We're going to duet right now.
Are we ready?
I love it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear J-Rock. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
He's accepting cash contributions
There you
from
go.
anybody for his birthday fund.
So those of you watching, that just happened. I sang a
yeah.
duet.
With
Alex
Mr.
Meixner.
Alex Meixner.
Okay,
I got song
Wurstfest
two.
is officially in session
There
as
you
far as
go.
I'm concerned. You know,
Let's
I mean,
go.
so it's just a great time to getting that energy going. You know, it's funny because like I've been performing Oktoberfest all throughout the country since Labor Day weekend. This year's tour had the Alex Meixner Band in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Amana Colonies, Iowa, Vail, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Mount Angel, Oregon, Addison, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, and then back to New Jersey, Long Island, Reading, Pennsylvania, Knoxville, Tennessee, Helen, Georgia, West Palm Beach, Florida, and then New Orleans.
When do you sleep?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because many of those are multiple day gigs,
Yeah.
and then traveling in between all of them, but everywhere I go, there's just wonderful energies of people that I get to encounter, and they're all different and they're all the same. You know, we have all of this. We have so many of the same challenges in our lives, whether we and how we recognize them. You know, and at the same time, I have to keep it fresh. I'm going to be at Wurstfest starting this Friday, doing the opening ceremony on Friday, November 7th in the Wurst Hall, and then the band goes and plays 2 sets, alternating with the Bayerische Hirtemaden, which is the girl band from Germany, on Friday, and then Saturday, multiple sets, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And every day when you're playing, you get some different audiences, so you have to give them... You have to introduce them to what you do.
Right.
So, I mean, I've got to play Why Die Thirsty at least once every day. I have to play There's Only One S in New Braunfels. I have to play those songs that people have come to see. But then there's also people that come to multiple shows because we're not going to just follow, okay, here's set A, here's set B, blah, do that. I mean, the magic is what happens in between. You know, we see this person in the audience is wearing a Metallica shirt, and we weren't going to play Metallica, but maybe there's a way that I can weave Enter Sandman into the middle of this German waltz, you know, and see how we can connect with people. Right. And that's the joy of what Wurstfest is for our community. You know, now living here for 4 years, you know, and it's not Wurstfest 365 days a year. And yet, every year, that excitement comes back. You know, you got to think of it like a little kid waking up on Christmas Day. You know, I mean, I'm like, whoa, we're going to have biting of the sausage. Okay. And there's that thing. You know, I mean, there's songs that I play at all these different venues throughout the country, but they take a different feeling
Right.
when we play it on opening night at Wurstfest.
So time flies. I remember when you first moved here, 2021, 22?
Yes.
You were living in Florida?
Yes.
Moved over here. First time I saw you was at one of the local establishments. I'm like, holy shit, who is this guy, right? And we mentioned that the last time. So this is 2.0. This is the second time you've been on the Social Club podcast. So welcome back.
Well, thank you so much.
So we talked a little bit about, when we were talking before the show, the energy that you bring, and I mentioned it. So one thing that's cool about you, and you have a myriad of layers of things that you do for the audience. You don't just say, okay, guys, we're going to play these 10 songs and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, verbatim. No. You change and you pivot according to who's in the audience and what you're feeling. And sometimes the audience does a special request. Hey, can you play this?
Yes.
And of course you do it, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that you do bring is the energy level. So when you come on stage, everybody's anticipating high level energy and impact. They want to feel it. They don't just want to hear it and see it. They want to feel it. The speaker's going to be bumping. People are going to be touching the speakers. People are going to be waiting in anticipation. So they come out, and once you come out, Alex, they're like, holy crap, there's Alex Meixner. So you have to exceed their expectations, and then they exceed your expectations, and then you just keep going up and up and up. And then at the finale, it's all hell breaks loose, and it's just the rise of everything. And people are like, wow, this is great. And I love that you make them feel like that because they keep wanting to come
Well,
back every year.
That's the thing. Those people are feeding it to us. And as much as we are so lucky that we can virtually experience so much online. Like there's people watching this live stream right now but there's a thing that's happening right here in this room that, I mean, the air moves a different way when Johnny starts talking. It's just like, and I feel that same positive energy. And so I love the fact that, like Wurstfest is one of the places that we've come we've done this for so many years that the expectation is there, as opposed to like when we go to a new venue and like people see us setting up on a stage and they're like, okay, maybe some of those people saw videos online. But also, okay, so a person will see a video online and they'll see us play Crazy Train. And in their mind, that one individual that watched that video wants us to start with Crazy Train. Well, I can't just drop out of cold. We're starting an Oktoberfest show or a Wurstfest show and just go, da-da, da-da. Well, it came out of nowhere. There's no context for that. Right. So, like when you said requests, I love requests. There's so many times that I will go to the audience and say, tell me what you want to hear. If we know how to play it, we'll play it immediately. If we don't know how to play it, give us a few minutes. We'll figure out if somebody on the stage knows this song.
What's the most oddest thing that somebody's asked you to play, though?
Just about anything. Half the things that we play that are signatures started as requests that were like, no, we're not going to play Crazy Train. Oh, maybe we can play Crazy Train. Awesome. And it's just like, and then putting it in context, and sometimes the oddest request is having a person that will ask for a song that I recorded 30 years ago that I haven't played. I'll have a kid ask for some polka that I recorded when I was 14 or 15 years old. And I'm like, how do you know that? And it's just really a warm experience, a wonderful experience, to just have that interaction with people. But sometimes the requests, I have to go, you got to let me prime the pump a little bit. Like J-Rock coaches basketball. Man, you don't just come out onto the court and first thing do, run, dunk. Right. You got to get the floor warmed up for things, So it's just like,
you got to get the crowd warmed up, and just like you got to get your team warmed up. So, excellent job, Alex. You and your entire team of musicians. You have a whole bunch of different people, and we talked about it before the show. You have somebody who's blind on your team there.
So in the band, returning this year, let's start with Ed Klanick, the drummer for our band. Ed, this is going to be his 20th Wurstfest. He started playing Wurstfest when it was still my dad's band, and it was my dad, me, and him. And so 20 years, 20 Wurstfests. Oh.
He just called you beautiful, Alex.
Oh.
So 20 years.
20 years that Ed has been there, and man, his intensity. And so one of the main things when I'm hiring musicians, obviously, I can't play all the instruments at the same time. I play drums, I play bass, I play keys, I play all the brass instruments. But the goal is to hire people who are better than you are, that have expertise in things that go beyond what you can do. And Ed's consistency and his virtuosity on drums, as well as just his idea of groove on everything, is just so intense. Like, he's like always back there. He's from Detroit originally, so he's got this level of discontentment with life to start with, and but he lives in Nashville. And dude, he's the offensive line, man. Boom, just sending it out there. And then my foil next to me on stage, Dr. Michael William Patrick Fortunato, the very reverend Dr. Michael William Patrick Fortunato. He was actually the He was the officiant when Paula and I got married.
Nice.
And we've been making music together since he was an undergrad at Penn State and I was doing my master's work there. And so he plays sax, clarinet, flute, leads conga lines, and just, man, anytime that I'm feeling that my energy could diminish it all, Fort is just throwing it on there. And man, he just connects with audiences. He's tireless at wanting to feed the audience. And then after him, we are coming back this year. He wasn't with us last year. Is Danny Jarabic from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Danny co-leads an amazing band, probably my favorite band on any touring circuit in the United States these days. Is a band out of Oshkosh called Copperbox. Danny and his wife Michelle, and I'm happy to report that their band's going to be playing the second weekend of Wurstfest.
Nice.
They'll be there November 14, 15, 16, and definitely check them out. Danny plays button accordion, tuba, trombone, cornet, clarinet, keyboard, sings, and just his virtuosity, his positive nature. I mean, like, dude, he's a brother from another mother. I mean, and with that in mind, his parents are like another family to me as well. And so
Hard to find those kind of people.
yeah, I mean, those people find us. Our energies, like we met at a festival in a cornfield in Iowa over 20 years ago. And I mean, I was like, dude, like, where the heck are you from? I mean, and Oshkosh, bagosh,
Yeah.
you know, and then the other two, Patty King is back with us again, who on fiddle, mandolin, banjo, some guitar, singing, and Patty just got married in January. His wife is an opera singer, and it's great to see how he has grown. What a tremendous musician and talent, and just great guy. And now he even remembers to pack 2 shoes, not just one. You know, so we love Patty. And then last but not least, Rory Hoffman, the aforementioned blind gentleman who has been touring with us since COVID, is probably one of the greatest guitar players alive today. I have never experienced somebody, and his virtuosity on guitar is matched with mandolin. His whistling is like, I can't even describe the musicality of him whistling. He plays harmonicas, accordion, then additionally piano, saxophone, clarinet, flute, all this stuff. He's got a tremendous voice, and what an amazing thing it is to walk out onto a stage and know that I could just stand there and point at these guys. Well, Rory's not going to see me point at him, but I mean...
But he feels it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I will tell you the first tour that I did with him, you know, we had I sent him a bunch of music to learn, and he learns, obviously, everything by ear. And then we had, like, one afternoon of rehearsal, and then it was like, bam, got a hit. We had 4 shows in Wisconsin. And we're there playing the first gig. And, you know, we're just going through, and it's like Rory's nailing everything. It's all good. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting to the end of one of the songs, and I'm like, uh-oh. There's a retardundo, a slowdown in the music. And it's like there's going to be a stop. And what we would call like a pregnant pause, where I go, stop. Bah. For the last chord, and I'm like, uh-oh, we've got a train wreck about to happen, because how is I mean, I you know, it's like so many times it's like, oh, we're gonna pass some solos around the band. I look at the guy, and so it's like I have this thing now. I go, hey, Rory, and it's like almost a thing, you know. And then, but this, I can't be like, what's gonna happen? And he literally is like, doesn't step in the hole. I'm like, we got done with that, and I'm like supposed to go on to like another song, and then I'm like just befuddled. I'm just like, okay, how did you do that? And literally, he's like, Alex, I could feel you moving, because we were fairly close on the stage. He could feel me moving,
Like the wind or something.
and also sonically, he's hearing how it's going to slow down, and he had been studying my music, and he's like, I have a feeling that Alex is going to throw a curveball at me. And so
Wow. Way to be.
And then like that. Now, that also being said, we did have, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, the great Tejano musician from here in New Braunfels, Sonny Soseda, had sat in with us, and Sonny's an animal. I mean, he is. You want to talk about energy, and this is one of the things I just love. That this guy's around this week, so we're gonna throw him up on stage with us. Well, Sonny has this whole routine where he takes the left-hand strap of his accordion and he plays that little honer and he starts whipping it. He puts it in his teeth and whips it around the stage. Well, Rory is there playing guitar, and all of a sudden, Sonny starts whipping the accordion around, and it's going, woo, right in front of him. I'm like, Sonny! Sonny! He leans forward. Well, what? I said, he's blind! Really? I'm like, oh, Sonny. But, hopefully Sonny's going to jump up with us. We have a bunch of people that that we're trying to figure out schedules.
Yeah.
So
There's something in those accordions, man, that brings that energy. It's something when you press those buttons or something, right?
Well, there's just something. Okay, it's real.
Yeah.
So when you're playing a key, it opens up a valve and it opens up the reeds. Mm-hmm. To go at the reeds, those reeds vibrate. So when you're playing a real acoustic instrument, you are feeling that instrument vibrate. Okay. Those bellows are pushing air. You feel the air going through the instrument. So it is a living, breathing part. As opposed to if you have a fully digital electronic instrument, like there are accordions, and they're amazing. What the technology can do is amazing. Sometimes just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it or use it all the time. Like we were talking a little bit about AI before, and it's an amazing tool to sit there and go, okay, can I spur where my creativity is going to go? But if that AI is being used exclusively to create your content, well, then we're eventually going to end up in a circle because it's going to keep giving you correct answers. It's going to keep giving you consistency eventually, but we lose the creativity that comes from the mistakes we all made.
And the authenticity.
Totally. Like, Johnny is an intelligent gentleman here. I mean, for those of y'all that have not met him in person, but I bet at some point he's made a mistake in his life.
Hundreds. Just today.
And same here. We all do that. I mean, how do you learn to be a better basketball player? You screw up.
Mm-hmm. You learn from your mistakes.
I've got this poster in my office of Michael Jordan talking about how he's missed shots, how this number of times he was counted on for the game-winning shot and lost. That feeling, and knowing that somebody's going to do something better. Now, the great thing about music is that it's not a competition. Yesterday I was on stage in Luckenbach because my buddy Walt Wilkins had a little thing over there, and I had met this band from New Mexico called the Rifters, who are tremendous, beautiful Americana harmonies and that kind of stuff. And then he asked me to come play a few songs, and it's just like I'm up there on stage with a bunch of musicians that I've never met before. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, you're going to listen to this person play, and then you're going to listen to this person play, and then you're going to go, how can I find, they're in this chord progression. Here, put this underneath there. Oh, there's a little hole here. Phew. Go, and that's...
How long would you say, how much experience do you feel like you need to have to feel that and hear that? Like
1 hour.
Really?
Okay, so with anything, we don't learn when our mouths are moving. And correct. So right now, apparently, I'm doing a really bad job of learning here. So I'm proselytizing here for a second. But I mean, like, look, how fast can somebody learn to play basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, there's nothing like watching a little peewee league of any sport. Yeah. I mean, there is nothing like. I mean, when they're your kids, You're looking there. Oh man, my son Brody was playing baseball for a while, and I go there, and Brody has a big old heart, and he's got almost as much athleticism as his father, which is negative numbers, I think. And
He must have good cardio, though. He must have good cardio.
he has his thing, and he's out in center left field, which was like about where they put me for when I started in Little League, because I mean, like, and the innings just can't continuing on. You can just see Brody's mind is anywhere but in this baseball game. But I mean, he's cheering, he's doing it, but I mean, it's just like I go up to the coach and I'm like, I'm sorry. And he goes, look, it's all part of the learning process. Each one of those kids. And man, he hit the ball eventually at some point when he went up to bat. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And, oh God. I mean, I just remember when I was in Little League, I went until the second last game before I actually connected. And this is coach pitch.
Yeah.
I was that bad. I mean.
I remember telling my kids the other day, too, that when I was playing high school ball, I started playing and, like, I didn't have the confidence yet. Like, I could shoot all day long, but I didn't have the confidence to drive the ball. And it was my last summer league basketball game. And I'm like, you know what? Every time I get that ball, I'm going to drive and I'm going to try to score, right? First time I go, this guy's like probably like 6'9", and he just throws that ball and it goes and fell in, my coach is laughing because that's how he slapped the ball, right? And I'm sitting there like, am I making the right decision by doing this? But as the game went on, progression happened. I was using my floater. I learned how to stop and pass and got the ball back and scored on him, you know what I mean? And it was like, after that game, I was like, I can do this, right? And so it takes time, but like you said, you won't know.
In music, like, I am so grateful that I got on gigs that I had minimal qualifications for at key points in my life. Like, there was a band that would play Serbian music that my dad played drums in, and the guy that led the band, Butch Kresovic, this is back in Florida when I was maybe 9th or 10th grade. They would have a wedding gig, and, in the American set, they would play like a little bit of ballroom dance music and that kind of stuff. And he's like, okay, learn these songs on trumpet. And I'm like, okay, cool, I got this. Because, I mean, like, I knew how to play Satin Doll or Take the A Train and, Brown Eyed Girl, whatever were these songs. Because he was like, flip Alex a few bucks and let him play horn. But then he had a keyboard set up, and he's like, okay, we're going into the Serbian set, and it's all music in odd time signatures. And I had been listening to this stuff, but I knew enough to keep the volume down low and just start finding where the chord progressions were. And if I got a little confident, I pushed it up. And if I got a little overconfident, I got the look from Butch that was like,
turn that down.
Back down. And it's like, I know that it's important to do that, to bring people in, take what they know how to do. So you're not taking a square peg and jamming it in a round hole, but also start working on how you're going to make that round off the edges, put things into place. So, I mean, whether it's sports, whether it's music, find people who will jam with you at your ability level, but preferably better than you.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to get better being a basketball player if you're the one who's 6'9" and everybody else is 5'3" and you can just run all over them. I mean.
Wemby.
Right, but also now look at somebody like Shaquille O'Neal and how he pivoted. So he changed
Yes, he did.
pro basketball. I mean, I was living in Orlando in middle school when Shaq became the phenomenon that he was. And he literally just ran all over everybody. And, you would see interviews with him, and he was not an extremely well-spoken guy. Okay?
Yeah.
But then you read stories about how his mother then told him, you went to college, I let you leave college to go make millions of dollars, but you aren't going to be one of these dumb boys who just plays basketball. He went back and finished his degree, And then I think he got an MBA, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And you look at how that guy has pivoted.
Oh yeah.
Not just, I don't want to even say as a career or anything else. I admire the fact that he has made decisions for himself, for the people around him, and he represents things in a positive manner. Yep. You know, I mean, nobody's ever going to mistake an Alex Meixner for Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal is going to be like, who the heck is that guy? Oh, maybe he once saw a commercial on television with me hawking Hormel pepperoni, you know? But I mean, like, I really dig seeing how people grow.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I'm endorsing Shaquille O'Neal. It doesn't mean, you know, you just look and see how people grow. Yeah. And coming back to why you have me on the show in the first place, when I'm on stage, I'm looking out at the audience and going, how can I make that person happy? Like, I find people in the audience. I'll see a little kid. You know, the other day I was coming out of the post office, and there was a mother walking with her, like, 3 or 4-year-old son. And this kid was just had the biggest smile, waving hi to everybody that walked past.
That's so cool.
And I'm like, yeah, keep that kid.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Went up, gave him a high five, you know? I mean, it's just like, man.
That's awesome.
We all need to keep that energy of those children. Sometimes when you're watching some of those Nick Jr. shows with your little kid, you know, or that kind of bit, you start finding yourself laughing and smiling because it brings you back to that time. Wurstfest maintains our innocence.
Yeah. And
yes, are things more expensive at Wurstfest than they were 20 years ago? Yeah. I mean, are things more expensive at the grocery store this week than they were last week? Unfortunately, there's a good shot that you're going to do that. We can't control that.
Can we think of one thing, Alex and J-Rock, that's cheaper today than it was 20 years ago?
Unfortunately, yes. Music.
Music. That is true.
Okay.
You can go to Spotify or you can go to Apple Music.
So, I mean, now, and I'm going to say that unfortunately because this is how I make a living. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I can remember, it doesn't seem like that long ago that we went to Wurstfest, and the amount of CDs we sold at the end of that week.
$10 to $15 a pop, maybe.
Yeah. $15 a pop. People were buying, I mean, cassettes at one point yet. I mean, it's crazy. And look, even 50 years ago, 60 years ago, you paid $1 a song or for 2 songs to buy a 45. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, for $7 a month, you've got an unlimited library of music that you can stream on Spotify, and the musicians, what they are getting paid are microscopic percentages of pennies.
Is this why maybe concerts are getting so expensive now as well? Because that's the only way they're making money now, right?
Yeah. So back at the dawn of the recorded age, and we end up getting into heavy conversations here sometimes.
That's what we do on this show, Alex.
But okay, so at the dawn of the recorded age, there were a lot of jazz musicians because this was the popular music as we're looking early 20th century. There were a lot of these jazz musicians who never recorded because they didn't want guys stealing their licks because they were going to steal their gigs.
Really?
And so we don't know what some of these guys in New Orleans and Chicago and New York sounded like because they wouldn't record. And it took 100 and some years, but they're right. Now, I mean, that being said, in music school, one of our exercises, we're sitting there transcribing the solos of Louis Armstrong or Clifford Brown or Woody Shaw or John Coltrane or Miles Davis or whatever. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, a musician that wants to make a record, you're not going to make money on that. There is such a small percentage where 15, 20 years ago, I could make my living recording CDs and selling CDs. Now that income stream is gone because it's cheaper or free. I mean, you can pop up YouTube, and if you're willing to, if you're not going to pay for the premium, you're still going to hear There's more music that you can watch and listen to on YouTube than it's possible for any human being to consume. In fact, there's a good shot you can go on YouTube and spend years watching and listening to my music exclusively and still not repeat everything and just continue doing that. Now, why you would be that much of a masochist to just listen to me?
So I actually do. I subscribe to your channel.
Thank you.
And I see you come out. You not only perform there, I'm not sure where you're performing. Is it in your living room or?
That's in my own studio.
Okay, in your studio. But you also teach people how to use the accordion and how to play the trumpet and things like that. I've seen you and watched you. So you're also an educator, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people who want to play the accordion.
So thank you, first of all. So previous to COVID, I had ceased teaching on a regular basis because I just didn't have time. And then as the COVID pandemic had continued, I needed to pay my mortgage. And I was like, oh, this is going to be miserable. Teaching through Zoom? I mean, because so much, the accordion is a physical instrument. So many times it's just like, okay, move your hand right down a little bit. Well, I can't reach through a screen and do that. But I can make little videos that are going to go, look at this hand position, do this. And so patreon.com/Alex Meixner put up a page and said, if you want to support my music and if you want to take lessons, figuring, well, let's see what happens. I figured more people would be willing to pay $3 a month just to support the music. I figured, would anyone sign up at $100 a month, including a lesson? And insanely, the $100 a month thing took off. People didn't want to pay $3 a month because they felt, oh, we should get that for free in being able to stream my music endlessly and that kind of stuff. But that connection in teaching,
It's valuable.
I currently have my youngest student just turned 7 this week. So
cool.
Relic lives locally, and so he just started the accordion, and he actually comes to my studio for lessons. And I have some that do that, but I have students up to the age of 84 in multiple states, Canada, the Netherlands, and I teach different kinds of accordions, trumpet, music arranging, coaching people on how to put a set together and that kind of thing. So it's like I have a gentleman that I'm working with him as he is putting sets together because he's playing at nursing homes and how to put the arrangements together, how long certain songs should be, what are tie-ins to stuff. There's another gentleman who is an adopted Korean kid. He's 24 now. And his band, the Happy Players, is at Wurstfest in the Little Tent, also on the second weekend, November 14, 15, 16. Jameson puts a headband on, and he plays polkas and video game songs with a bunch of guys that are his age, and they have an energy that makes me have to work harder.
That's cool.
Because Jameson just had the thrill of a lifetime because for Halloween, he went out as his all-time hero in life, which is Weird Al Yankovic. And he dresses as Weird Al Yankovic. He goes to Comic-Con shows all the time like this. And he was pictured on Weird Al's social media as one of the best costumes of this year.
And Weird Al also played the accordion.
Oh, yes. Weird Al plays the accordion, is a phenomenal accordionist. And the creativity of the humor is just awesome.
Yeah. So he was ahead of his time. Was there anybody before Weird Al doing the parody songs like that?
Parody songs, well, Weird Al got his commercial start through the Dr. Demento show. And Dr. Demento was a pioneer in radio where they had different comedy, demented comedy, and Weird Al's parodies started taking off there, My Bologna, and stuff like that. Before that, more slapstick, but there was some parody in a guy named Spike Jones. Spike Jones and his City Slickers were a like funky Dixieland kind of band. Look them up. Corny, cheesy kind of humor, but like they would parody some classical themes. Let's see. Also, Mickey Katz, who did klezmer music, so Jewish music. One of his big songs was the old cowboy song "Ghost Riders in the Sky," and he did it as Borscht Riders in the Sky, like the Russian Jewish soup. And yeah, so I mean, it's comedy is such a wonderful tool to use in getting people connected.
Alex, your story you just told, and I've been following you for a while from the last podcast. You're like a human encyclopedia when it comes to music and references, because these people you might not have thought of them in years, but they just roll off your tongue. These musicians and these influencers in music and things like that, and I love that about you. You're always giving highlights to people. You make people you highlight them.
Yeah.
And I love that about you too. And you give a lot of credit to these people that some people, I mean, they might think of them as obscure people or haven't thought about them in years, but you bring them back to life. And whether they're with us or no longer living, but you bring them to life and you give credit where credit's due to the pioneers who came before you.
Well,
So I love
that is so important in any discipline. You know, when I look at it from sports, you know, all of the great players in any sport, there was a road paved for them beforehand. And, you know, in music particularly, even if we do not sound like somebody, everything we've listened to and consumed is part of what makes us up. You know, and it's a really cool thing to me, as you know, like hanging out with certain country musicians, you know, when they'll come up to me and be like, hey, my uncle played accordion in a polka band or something like that. And it's like, oh, you would never have thought that that's in their musical vocabulary. Or particularly down here in the Texas red dirt country Texas music scene, you know, all the crosses that come over into the Tejano kind of world. Because look, a lot of the same dance halls that are going to have a country night here, they had Tejano night the night before, you know, and it's one of the things that is great as we look at New Braunfels itself. We have the history, obviously, of this German community, but there's a huge Mexican community that has also influenced the music. And man, there ain't nothing like being in the middle of a Wurstfest show and playing Volver, Volver, and having half the room singing along with you as much or more so than they would do with an old German song or an American rock anthem.
Right.
Because it's part of our cultural makeup. When we bring that all together, that's where the magic really happens.
Right.
Get the unexpected in there, and then we'll so give us the latitude to give you something you weren't expecting, because that might be your new favorite song.
Right. Now, Alex, we are on a live feed here. Is everything okay, J-Rock?
I don't think so. Give me 1 second.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We did have some technical difficulties on the show. Sometimes that happens on a live feed. You don't know what happens on a live feed sometimes, but we hope that everything goes well. So hopefully you guys are still in tune with us, engaged with us. We are going to get to our audience comments here in a few. But what we were talking about earlier is we talked about Green Hall and we talked about Tejano artists and the accordion players. So recently we had a legend pass away, Flaco Jimenez.
The legend. I mean, Flaco Jimenez defined the modernization of the traditional. I mean, and that almost sounds like a oxymoron to say the modernization of the tradition of conjunto music, but how he took the music of his father and then played all the traditional rancheras and chotiches and adovas and all of that kind of stuff, and then started collaborating and bringing that whole thing into the land of the country and rock and roll artists. I mean, he worked with everybody from Dwight Yoakam and Buck Owens to the Mavericks to the Rolling Stones. And, you know, I had the great opportunity to share a stage with him a few times and record with him with San Antonio rockers, the Crayolas. We did a track called The Wall of Accordion. And Flacco was putting all the licks all over it. And then they were like, we need some bed in the back of it. And so I had my accordion plugged into a Marshall stack. And I was putting all kinds of chords and background things and playing with the feedback off. Oh, man, it was so much fun. And then at the meantime, Flacco, he'd just be like, phew. But I'll tell you, one of the most beautiful things to watch was, this is quite a few years ago, my band and I were in Kansas City for the Folk Alliance conference. And on the one evening, a main showcase was having Los Tex Maniacs from here in San Antonio with special guest Flaco Jimenez. And Max Baca was Flaco's bajo sexto player forever. You know, I mean, back when Max had hair and I was a kid, he played with Flaco, you know, and I love you, Max. And but obviously, Max's nephew Josh is one of the world masters today, and I think history will show him to be probably one of the greats of all time on the three-row diatonic in that bag. He has taken Flaco's torch, carried it, and is bringing it into the next millenniums. Wow. But most importantly was watching Josh play and just really tear it up. I mean, he has great stage presence. He has great musicality. He just lives and breathes that instrument.
And he's young.
I mean, he's got it going on. And then for him to leave the stage and for Flaco to come up. Now, Flaco already then was not in the best of health. He was very frail. And I had talked to him earlier about the fact that he had carpal tunnel issues going on and that his hands just weren't able to do some of the things.
They looked pretty fast to me that one time I saw him.
Well, I mean, but at the end,
yeah,
he was not at the level that he was obviously in his prime. I mean, again, think of it from a sports perspective. Yeah. I mean, look at a video of Larry Bird playing in his prime and look at him in his last season or two. Mm-hmm. But his experience allowed Larry Bird, much like Flaco Jimenez, to still pull one over and make things happen, which is why Larry Bird wasn't cut. You know, it's why Flaco Jimenez wasn't cut. But the most important thing was seeing Josh watching Flaco and the admiration that this was his hero. This was his guiding light. And the realization of me sitting back there and going, on a technical basis, Josh can do anything that Flaco can do. And can probably execute it cleaner and more consistently. Wow. But Josh's respect for Flaco remains in that he will tell you himself, it's not always the notes that are played, it's how he places them and when he places them. And when Flaco would let out a flourish and something like that, the first person to jump up was Josh going, yeah, because even then, and maybe even more importantly then, Flaco was teaching Josh. He was teaching me. He was teaching all the people in that audience that didn't know they were getting an education. They were there to hear a show and watch a show and get the opportunity to see this legend playing with this great band. But we have something to learn, you know? I mean, it's why, you know, the old guy can come out and say, I might not be as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yeah, Toby Keith.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at it and all that stuff in any discipline, you know, you were just saying, are we getting older or are we getting wiser?
Yeah.
And I mean,
both.
Using your brain hopefully you're getting wiser.
Yeah.
Because again, you know how to make something happen.
Just like old man strength.
Yeah.
The old man is stronger than you'll ever be.
He always tells me he's got old man strength.
Yeah, I got old man
Work
strength.
smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Is what it really comes down to, because the old man knows, oh, wait a second. I can it's how George Foreman won boxing matches so late in his career. I mean, first of all, he had the
Strategy.
mass to be able to take a punch, and then maybe he took a few too many, again, we could say. But I mean, you can sit there and go, boom, he knew that he could just get this guy to run around him and tire himself out. And then when George Foreman went, pow, it was like conservation to make sure that all that energy goes where it needs to go.
You know what I love, Alex? And we've had this conversation with different guests on the show before, J-Rock. Music and sports go hand in hand.
And again,
those two are life.
And
life
then
elements.
I also said how terribly unathletic I mean, like, man.
But you're an entertainer and you're a teacher on the stage, whether people realize it or not.
Yeah.
You are teaching people, and you're doing a whole bunch of things, Alex. And it's not only you; it's any valid artist out there with experience who understands crowd and understands how to inspire people. You're not only playing music, but you're inspiring them. You're motivating them. You're giving them an element of life. The Alex Meixner experience. We need to start a show like that. The Alex Meixner experience. Just what you give them, what you bring to them. They're not only getting a show, but they're getting an experience. And the same thing can be said in sports. You mentioned Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal. You mentioned Michael Jordan. You mentioned these things. Today, it's these new athletes. They have to understand that, and whether they understand it or not, whether they play every day or not, you have to perform for the people that are coming out to see you. People are coming out to Wurstfest, and they're expecting to see Alex Meixner, right? And if you say, I got an ingrown toenail today, I can't make it out. I can't play today. What's going to happen to them? They're going to look at you in a different light and say, oh, this guy's a schmuck.
Well, and here's the thing. We've been blessed with some really good weather in our forecast right now for Wurstfest this year. So that's going to just make it that much. And somebody's thinking, man, I don't want to go to Wurstfest this year because it's too crowded. I don't want to go to Wurstfest this year because parking is a pain. Oh, can you believe how much they're charging for beer? That's going to be my excuse not to go. Or how much it costs to get in the door. Well, there's always a reason not to. And to go with your little ticket up here, nobody owes you shit. Nobody is required to come to Wurstfest. And, a good friend of mine years ago, he's like, nothing's ever so bad that it can't get worse. I mean, he was a very insightful businessman. And at the same time, I jumped right back with him and said, nothing's ever so good, it can't get better. And we were great going back and forth like that. And so I want to say, if you have financial difficulties and you're like, I can't afford to go, okay? I get it. I totally get it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are free admission. You don't even have to buy a sausage on a stick. Let me entertain you. Come on over. Go find your way in there. Let me help you find a light that day. Go see and interact with other people, because you're going to find out what the beauty of New Braunfels is there. And when you feel that things are expensive, everything in life is expensive, okay? And we might not remember that we went to a San Antonio Spurs game last week, and the beer was a lot more expensive there than it is at Wurstfest. And, I know that these are tough things, and if you don't like it, don't go. But in the same respect, join with your community and find out what has made this community what it is. And you're going to find a lot more good people. Yes, the crowd, if some people specifically want to come on Saturday night because the energy of that crowd and being there. I mean, I expect to see these two guys bumping in that tent, just like, bah, because there is nothing that is like that. But sometimes on opening night, people are so worried about the crowd that they peter out early. Like last year, I'm going to say our last set on Friday night, there weren't as many people there. Like they were just not feeling, like the weather was a little off and that kind of thing. Man, that's when you really want to come out, because like to me, when I see the place is not always totally on, then I'm like, now let's drop the hammer and give these people a show that they aren't going to forget. You know, we played in New Orleans last weekend, and the Saturday of that festival, it poured all morning and all early afternoon. So I'm like, this is going to be a washout today, because there's no place for the audience to go that's covered. We get there, everything's soaking wet. And it's time for us to go play. We started late because they couldn't get everything up. We go to play, and it's a sparse crowd. But then we're just like, oh, now the people are starting to get in. And now I'm like, oh, I'm picking on people, you know. It's like, what's your name? It's like, John. No, your name is Hans. It's Oktoberfest, you know, and like getting people to dance. And I mean, like, man, that's where the crowd's starting to happen. You know, you're having a bad day, shake it off. Come there and support, and know that all that money that's being raised is coming back into our community to help our nonprofit organizations that are providing services for people that need assistance in New Braunfels. They are helping our sports leagues. They are helping our musicians. They are helping our schools. They are helping our community. And therefore, I mean, we have resources in this city that are meant to be safety nets, and start finding where your tribe is in this city. Because one of the beautiful things about the growth of our town is that we have the ability of more people to reach out to. You know, you might not know that your neighbor is a fireman, you know, or what they do. The more that we start finding out about each other, and I find that that's one of the great things coming to these festivals, neighbors start meeting each other. You know, I mean, it's just like, oh, I've lived next to you for 2 years, and I've never seen you except to wave hi to you when I'm getting in my car going to work, and now we're jamming
Alex Meixner.
Exactly.
Here at Wurstfest.
You know, and it's just like, that guy's weird. And I'm like, yeah, I am. You know?
Alex, that's an excellent point. Those people people complain in all walks of life. No matter what country you're in or what neighborhood or what family you're in, people are going to complain, right?
Yeah.
But I find that when we get out and we meet people and we connect and build relationships, our life gets a little bit better.
Oh, totally.
And you meet these people that can add another layer of value to you. You said, hey, my neighbor's a firefighter. I didn't know that. Now you have that connection, and now you're going to continue to build. And, of course, things are getting expensive. We know groceries are expensive, cars, mortgage, everything's expensive. I'm in real estate. Stuff's getting expensive, all right? Interest rates and all that. But it's not an excuse to stop living. You have to get out there. And there are things that aren't too expensive, like saying hello to somebody, like greeting somebody.
Hey, wait a second.
Those
Johnny,
things are all free.
I heard that the popularity, the Social Plug Media podcast has gotten so much that it costs $5 to say hi to Johnny in public, okay?
The price has gone up, actually, Alex. The price has gone up since you heard that.
Yes. Okay. I mean, and man, you might go by the Lions booth and find out that a friend of yours is the guy that's frying Oreos over there. And, you know, I mean, like.
And I would always say, and J-Rex heard me say this 1,000 times, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Yeah. So now you go out and people, hey, that's that guy. He's the guy that made me feel good the other day. And people know you because it's infectious, Alex.
Just make sure some of these things could be taken out of context. Don't.
It can be. All right.
I'm gonna be careful there.
With
Puts a
AI,
disclaimer.
with AI nowadays, they can make a whole video. Have you seen those Mr. Rogers?
Oh, I was
and all
just
that?
going to say exactly the Mr. Rogers and Snoop, Mr. Rogers and Tupac.
The
There's
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes, I mean, like I'm sitting there, and there's a part of me that's, I mean, I'm falling over, crying, laughing, and then at the same time, I'm sitting there and going, they just took the last bit of innocence, and so now we've just opened up another can of worms, and it's why it's important that we have those real, authentic interactions, regardless of anything we say on a podcast, regardless of any videos we put out, regardless of what we try to program ourselves as, because everything that we're putting out there is now fodder for ChatGPT to utilize. So when somebody goes to press in there and say, create an Alex Meixner song, this interview is now going to be documented in there and is going to totally change the aspect. Like if you went in there and asked for an Alex Meixner song yesterday, it's going to be about drinking, partying, drinking, partying, with an accordion.
With an accordion.
And that's what ChatGPT is. But then if some aspect of this video gets thrown in there, it changes that whole bit.
Yeah.
And the best way to experience is come on out to the show, man. I will gladly toast with everybody that comes
Prost.
out. Prost that toast. I want to play you a polka. I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be lively. And it's from the 7th till the 16th, correct?
yes, the festival is from the 7th to the
this
16th.
Friday.
This Friday.
Until the following Sunday.
Sunday. Now, the Alex Meixner Band will be, I am playing in the opening ceremony in the Wurst Hall at the opening at, I think, 4:30 on Friday after Squeeze a Box plays a little bit ahead.
Correct. It
then-
shows you at 6:45, sir.
Yes, and then the Alex Meixner Band starts its residency in the big tent for Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, additionally to that, I'm going to be coming back on Saturday, making a little cameo with New Braunfels local legends. The Billie Jeans are playing at Wurstfest for the first time. They are a wonderful super group of some amazing ladies, and I'm going to get the opportunity to play a few notes with them on trumpet. On Sunday, on the 16th, which would have been my dad's 77th birthday, we are reviving a tradition of Myron Florin from the Lawrence Welk Show used to lead an accordion jam on his birthday every year at Wurstfest. And I did it for a few years after. Logistically, it just doesn't work on the big tent stage and that kind of stuff. But before the state championship of the Maaskrugsstemmen down by the river, I'm going to have this jam. So anybody that can play the accordion is going to come on up while we play a few of the standard German polkas and waltzes. And hopefully, I mean, Johnny, I heard, was going to be taking up the accordion this week. You know, I
can play some good air accordion.
Do you know, I've got some extra instruments. You know, maybe Johnny should. I think
you should pull Johnny out there, Alex.
You know what? I can be there. I can make an AI video. Kind of just like I made the AI lederhosen.
Yeah, you
earlier.
look pretty good in the lederhosen.
Yeah.
You know,
I told him, I was like, are you going to wear that? Are you going to wear that to the show?
He should. I mean, Paula Kega from Kuckuck's Nest, and I think the Couches with Fraulein's German store, which is just opened here in town. Lucky Buck, they are open full time. They are a formal wear, predominantly doing wedding dresses and that kind of stuff. But they have all German Tracht. So if you want to get some lederhosen or a dirndl dress, I think Johnny would look great in a dress. Don't you think? I mean, his figure. I think his bust would be really good in that dirndl dress.
I heard he was a big fan of Dennis Rodman. So you know.
Yes.
Hey, was Dennis Rodman the original public cross-dresser?
I don't know.
I Well, I mean,
What about Marilyn Manson? Who did it first?
I saw a picture of Marilyn Manson now, and oh man, that's some scary stuff. And I mean, I had almost forgotten about Marilyn Manson until this week. A buddy of mine just sent me this thing, and I was like, oh man, life.
Well, now we got the Netflix series, the Ed Gein. He was a cross-dresser as well. Yeah. But that's a whole nother subject.
This is, wow, Johnny, did this just go, woo, off into another land.
But you don't know where the conversation is going to go. But we love having you on, Alex, because these conversations aren't forced.
Yes.
You're very authentic and genuine, and we love it. We can go in any direction. We can talk about sports, family. We can talk about relationships, community, New Braunfels. We can talk about Austria. We can talk about anything.
Do you know what? I just am sad that we don't get to do this but once a year. I mean, we live in the same town.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's do it more often.
I was just going to say, and the other thing is, I think there's a lot of people in this town that can have some really good conversations with each other. Try to have a conversation with somebody this week. You know, I mean, Wurstfest is a great place to do it, but man, HEB is a pretty good place to do it. You know, I mean, and
grocery shopping is not that bad.
So I've had this thing in the back of my head that I would love to have you and Sonny in here together with us, man. Now that would be a good.
So we've had Sonny
episode.
Saucedo on our show like 3 times before.
It's time.
He's a gem.
Well, and that's I'd like to. I've got a podcast that I'm wanting to start up that is going to have interviews with different musicians and their takes on stuff. Yeah. So I've started formulating that right now, and it's one of the many projects. Once we can get, I'm trying to get 30 hours put into every day, because But then a buddy of mine also told me that once you reach a certain age, that there ceases being 12 months in a year, and that each year only has 11 months in it, because like time just seems to be flying so fast. So,
Alex, just the other day, I was 24 years old. I don't know what the hell happened.
Same here. I was like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm 24 or 25 and my oldest daughter's 18. But man, we really have to respect and be thankful for the experiences that we get.
Absolutely.
And all those mundane things that we're doing. You know, remember that 10 years from now, we're going to call this the good old days when parking only costs $2. And you get
the first hour free.
And you get the first hour free. You know, I mean, like, look, things are going to be what they're going to be. And let's support each other. Let's be nice.
Yep.
I mean, I was thinking of just coming on here and saying all kinds of nasty things at Johnny, and just scaring everyone. No,
that would have been awesome, by the way. That would have been really awesome, by the way.
No, I mean, I am so thankful to be with the people, and like for those of y'all that are just watching this, these 2 guys back here are really kind of cool. I mean, like. Yeah. Which, that being said, do we have any comments? I know that we had a restart on there. Do we have any people on here that we should be mentioning?
We had Scott Anderson.
Anderson.
He was on the last piece.
Okay, so he was on the last piece. When we edit this all back together, when it goes back, Scott Anderson is a very dear friend of mine from Utah, who I met through my friends up in Denton, Brave Combo, and he's a phenomenal photographer and videographer, a really cool guy who has been a school administrator and worked in education and thought, and just always like making me think a little more and still have fun.
Which is good, right?
Yeah. I mean,
which is really good.
We got to see him out in Salt Lake City a few weeks ago, and man, Scott's a person that always just puts a smile on my face when I just know he's going to be around.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
There was a couple of more. Eileen Paris, she's one of our previous guests. She's a big influencer in New Braunfels as well. She says, hey, Alex and Johnny.
Hey, Eileen.
Yep.
Come on, Eileen.
Yes. We did it at the same time there. So I have a question for you, and maybe you can ask whenever you start your own podcast, this is something that you can ask some of your musical guests. If I was your accordion for a day, or if your accordion can talk, what would it say about life on the road with Alex Meixner?
Can I do one better than that?
Sure.
Okay, let me. Sorry for the back view.
No,
Oh, you're good.
So I think we're in for a treat here.
So I want to do something here. This is the accordion that I brought out this week.
All right, last time you had the Purple Passion.
The Purple Polka Eater.
Remember the Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters?
Yep.
That was back in the 70s.
Yeah. So this one here, let me move this guy around a little bit. This is the instrument that was my father's, that I remember him playing, that I played, that he used for the longest part of his career.
Okay.
So this instrument was on 50 or 60 records. This album, this was, he used this at Walt Disney World. He used this all over the place. And so this instrument here, if you're looking at it, it's seen some days, you know, and but there's just a, so this instrument can make a joyous sound. So it can make a nice, happy polka sound, that kind of thing. But
Very cool.
It also, you can just play something that's pretty. And this is a little song that my dad wrote that's based on a Croatian folk song. It's just called Slavic Sunset Waltz. And one of the things I love about instrumental music, you can form your own empathy with it. And so you can put a title on it, but if you like it or don't like it, you know, I mean, you make what happens.
Let's go.
So we get something pretty like that, and at the same time, okay. So,
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
so we can get everything rocking and rolling and keep all the feeling going on. So if this instrument could talk, man, this thing has seen more blood, sweat, tears, and just good times.
Lots of great stories.
Yes.
And you've been on the road hundreds of times, Alex. I mean, you when we started off the show, you said like 30 places you had been to.
Yeah.
Just this year.
Yeah. Well, that's just since the end of August.
Oh, since the end of August.
Yeah. I mean, so this is crazy time, and then post Wurstfest, I get to hang out a little bit more, be here, do some family things out in Florida as well, and
What's your happy place?
my happy place is New Braunfels.
Like just overall
Period.
mindset. Like, what do you like to do
Man,
when you're not playing or performing?
when I'm not playing or performing, which is a pretty heavy, happy place for me. I mean, I love having a good meal with my wife. Getting to run around with my kids. Floating down the river in the middle of summer.
What's your favorite spot in New Braunfels to have dinner?
Man, that's a rough one. We have one of our favorite places just closed on at the end of the month. So Faust Brewing Company just closed up. But I mean, there are wonderful places that we can get meals here. We have great pizza at Bootleggers, New York Pizza Pub, Callahan's. Grand Zine's Bar. I mean, like for as much as we have all the chains and that kind of stuff here, man, you go to Grand Zine's and get that potato salad with some good brisket.
Man,
It's great.
Dude, I mean, go over my middle daughter, Aries, is just like wants to be two tarts. I mean, like she does baking and that is like her happy place. And you can go in there and just get all that wonderful goodness, I mean, and it's hard. I mean, and now I've mentioned a few places, and now there's probably 15 other places that I should have mentioned.
Yeah. We love Texas Bistro, Weesash Grill.
Yeah, Weesash, Texas
ones.
Bistro. This new place, Waffleicious.
Okay.
As well, which is up past Oak Run. It's pretty darn awesome. And the gentleman, the people that own that also own Fork and Spoon.
Okay.
Which
Gotcha.
that
Great
is
spot.
just a wonderful spot. Buttermilk Cafe.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
love that.
another just great spot. They're just such sweet, sweet
Yeah.
people.
Their coffee cake is off the chain.
Yeah.
On Saturdays, we go there for coffee cake. It's great.
I mean, you can't help. And then we didn't even mention one Mexican restaurant, Las Fontanas.
Oh,
I
there you
mean,
go.
they always do a good job. I mean, it's just
Does your daughter know anything about the cake bar yet here?
no.
So the cake bar is
Oh, wait a second. That's right back where the old studio
where the old
was.
studio
right.
was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pink.
yeah.
Yes.
You get to go in there and you build your own cake and put your own, things on the cake. It looks pretty cool. I haven't gone myself, but it looks amazing. The ladies that work the spot, they do great. So.
It is awesome that we have all of these new things, and it's new ways to act out. I do have to say, over by Fork and Spoon, my wife and I love going over to the Poke Bowl place there.
Ohana.
Ohana,
Ohana,
yes.
yeah, Ohana.
And they generally have a bunch of teenagers in there working, and they are always really conscientious about like caring about making sure they put the right stuff in there for you. And
They take pride.
That's cool, yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
And let's remember that we were all younger. There's a lot of really awesome young people out there.
Yep.
I mean, and we're all trying to get the experience. Somebody told me to act my age one time, and I was like, well, do you know what? I have no experience being this age.
That's a good one.
But I'll tell you, I love the fact that I live in a community where old and young are equally represented. And I can see people that the old people need the young people to remind them of that.
Yep.
And the young people need the old people for their experience.
Absolutely.
That's a completely valid point, and that's not something we think about all the time.
Yeah.
But we all need each other. It's all a reciprocation of value.
Yeah.
And you just got to find the right connections and right people.
And
Oh, go ahead.
I know as a realtor that you probably sell some homes in very homogenous, well, we can get you into a 55 and over community. And there's so many nice resources. I've done some concerts out in San Marcos over a Kissing Tree. What a beautiful place.
Oh my God, yes, it is.
Yeah, and I mean, like, all the different activities they have, and they treat us so well. At the same time, I hope those people are making sure that they are around younger people, too, because it's just good for the spirit.
One thing we try to teach my daughters, or our daughters, is that you have to give back to the elderly as well. So we want to make sure that they go, like for Halloween, or just to go read books with them, play cards, play checkers. They love that, and they value that, because the older people and the younger people need to collaborate together.
it's why I'm thankful for what my field has chosen for me.
Yeah.
Because I grew up on the steps of a lot of older musicians. I play a form of music that was predominantly older people. And I was lucky enough, I'm lucky enough to be old enough to have performed with some masters, to have been on stage with Frankie Yankovic, who's now deceased, or Eddie Habit, who's now deceased, and Walter Ostanek, who is now 90 years old, as Canada's Polka King. I mean, I still get to talk to Walter a few times a year, and, you know, having that understanding of what they went through, how they traveled, who they played for, when they played for them, and being able to share that, it's important that I get that opportunity.
And the stories they have for you, Alex, is incredible.
I mean, all kinds of crazy shenanigans. But that's also one of the important things that most people don't know about Wurstfest is on Wednesday during the day, they have a student day where they bus in German language students from a lot of the area schools around here. And the fact that they have the German language programs in the schools, all stuff that allows you to learn different languages and in turn learn the culture and what's there so that you can see similarities and differences. They bring all these people in, and this year we have been making a concerted effort to increase the opportunities for the kids that are coming. So we put together a song sheet of some old German songs that the kids can learn in classes, and we're going to do a sing-along with my band.
That's cool.
In that afternoon. And a friend of mine just jotted out some quick arrangements of 2 songs, and we have a whole bunch of the kids that play band instruments are going to jam with my band right in front of the stage. We're all going to play together. Because those things, that's the future generations of opas that are going to be running this festival, and omas. It's going to be our future musicians and the future members of our community that are going to be working in the Lions, the Rotary, in all those booths and that kind of stuff, and attending this festival. So that long after we're all gone, they're going to be here continuing this tradition that Mr. Grist started and has made quite a legacy for New Braunfels, Texas.
That's awesome.
And at one point down the line, they're going to sit there and say, I always remember when Alex Meixner and the Alex Meixner band brought me on stage to play. That's when I took off with wanting to play the accordion for real.
That's even leading into us talking about sports today, right? Shaq saw somebody, Kobe did something for a lot of athletes that now are playing today.
Wembanyama.
You know, Wemby. So like, that's awesome that y'all do that though. Because I remember my first wrestling show, and then it was just boom. I remember my first Spurs basketball game at the Alamo Dome, which made me love basketball.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be doing anything for these kids today, right? So that's great that you're doing that for the community of that.
And it's great that you're doing what you're doing for the community.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, that is, I just love seeing people not just having a passion in life, but knowing, okay, so there's a certain amount of it that we are doing because this is our business.
Correct.
Okay. I make my living. I feed my family. I house my family. I get to live my life because of the work I do. And then there is the part of the work that I do that is because this is our community. This is the world we live in. You know, I don't want any kid that wants to take accordion lessons not be able to take a lesson because they can't afford an instrument or they can't afford the lessons. I will find a way to make that happen. I mean, as I travel, the amount of times that, like, the guys always joke, well, how many accordions are we going to acquire on this trip? Because, like, so many times it's like, well, I'm getting this one fixed by this guy in Cleveland, this one fixed by this guy in Kansas City. So it's like, oh, it's going to be some illicit accordion deal in the Walmart parking lot off Interstate 35. And, you know, but I'll have people that come up to me and go, oh, my Aunt Clara played the accordion years ago, and we've had her accordion, and nobody in the family, is it worth anything? And sometimes, you know, it's been sitting in an attic, and it's dry rot of things, and sometimes you're like, okay, certain parts can be salvaged. And then people will come to me and they'll be like, oh, here's this instrument, we just want it to get in the hands
That's
of some.
awesome.
And so like at any time, I've got a few instruments that are just sitting around that are like, okay, well, I got this one for a few $100 in order so that some kid or young adult or whatever, I mean, like, I have a lady that she started playing the button accordion at the age of 80.
Wow.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, and
The spark. You need that spark sometimes, right?
keep
You
the
need to have
brain
that spark
going.
Yeah.
And she had never been playing music before. Any
She
other
had
instrument?
played the piano accordion.
Okay.
But she had never played a button accordion.
Okay.
And so she took, and now I think she plays button accordion more than she
So
plays.
button accordion is with the buttons.
Right, that's the one that has buttons on both
Okay.
sides. So like
Okay.
what Sonny has.
Yeah, I was about to say Sonny has
So
that
Sonny
one.
plays that, but mine are different because. So Sonny, a lot of the Mexican players took the reeds out of the left hand because the bajo sexto takes that part of the role. Okay, and but my button accordions are 3, 4, or 5 rows. His are 3 rows, but they have extra chromatic notes up here. Mine, I use the left hand because they have special reeds that give like a tuba sound, a heligon bass. So it's fascinating how many different types of accordions there are.
Right.
And
That's crazy.
as my wife knows, I mean, they all have totally different sounds and reed combinations, which is why I need to keep acquiring more of them. So there's
You probably have as
Yeah.
many accordions as I have shoes.
I might have more. I
Wow.
I don't know how many shoes. I know I have more accordions than I have shoes.
I have like 23 pairs of shoes.
I have like 29 accordions
Ooh,
right
look at
now,
you. Yeah, look at
you. You
besides
beat me.
ones that I'm selling. So, I mean, hey, I don't know.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
Johnny's going to have to come pick up.
Yeah.
one of the,
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do what you said. We're gonna put him, give him an accordion and start playing with you.
Ein Prost der Gemütlichkeit. Ein Prost der Gemütlichkeit. 1, 2, 3, super, zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Zicke, zacke, zicke, zacke. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Prost.
Boom.
Heck yeah.
That just happened. Alex, it's always a pleasure. You're right. We do need to do this more often.
Yeah.
Let's bring your
Yes.
friends. Let's bring your colleagues. Whatever. Let's bring your band on and let's get them highlighted.
Oh, it's gonna
in
get
some
all
way,
crazy.
shape, or form.
Next year, I would love, and I would just love to be on the grounds and do this podcast.
Do you know what?
If we could do that, that'd
Yet
be
another
awesome.
idea. We've
Okay.
got ideas. Now we have to put things into
There
play.
you go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen, Alex, and let's make another podcast soon happen.
Yeah.
Maybe the post 2025 show or something. But the Alex Meixner experience, we need to know what is in that experience because there's a lot of experience going on.
Sounds good.
And you're a teacher, you're a dynamic individual, and we love it.
Do you have a tuba?
I
Any by chance?
yes, not with me.
But you have one?
Yes.
I played tuba in high school.
Uh-oh.
So I can come play tuba for you if you want. You just got to give me a little refresher. And
Shouldn't have said that.
Okay, dude, that's happening.
I'll do it.
That is
I'll
happening.
have some. I haven't touched a tuba probably in, man, it's been years, but I'd be down to do it.
Okay, so I've got to put this plug in here.
Okay.
So a buddy of mine that I went to middle school and high school with in Orlando, Florida, a bunch of years ago, long before I moved here, I was getting set up in the big tent on like Saturday night. I mean, it's mayhem in there, okay?
Oh, I bet.
And, out of nowhere, I just hear a person yell, Dr. Phillips High School. And I'm like, that's where I went. I'm like, yeah. And then I look out. Kenny Bowen is like 6'9". I mean, he is
Can't miss him.
mountain of a man. He's towering over everybody out there. And I'm like, oh, my God. And so he was a football player and just one of the greatest people you could ever know. And he's living in San Antonio. After his football career ended, he's a teacher at a Catholic school.
Okay.
And we get together with Kenny and his wife Shannon, and he played tuba in middle school band. And so I think that you two are going to be making some tuba duets happen. I mean, it's what needs to happen.
That's cool, man.
It's going to be heavy metal.
Heavy
Tuba
metal.
players are usually big dudes.
Yeah.
Strong
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
I'm halfway there then. I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
Good stuff,
Heck
guys.
yeah, that'd be pretty fun, man. That'd be really cool. I haven't touched a tuba in a long time, but I just thought, and whenever they gave, I wanted to be a percussion. I wanted to be in percussion, right?
Of course,
everybody
guy
does,
wanted
right?
to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes. Everybody's cool,
Wipeout is
right?
my favorite percussion.
Yeah, right. And so they're like, hey, we're gonna and I thought I did great because I can keep a beat, and they're like, hey, we think we want you to try this other instrument out. And my brother played trumpet, so I'm like, oh, maybe they'll, they know my brother played trumpet, maybe they'll let me play trumpet. We want you to try this one. Here, hold this one. I'm like, wait, what? You're putting this where?
Yeah. And they're just like, he's big enough to hold the instrument.
Exactly.
Boom,
That's what
solved.
it was. That's what it was. And so, but then the technique of having to use that big mouthpiece was what was very intriguing to me, though, after a while. It was like, the trumpet's very small. Then you got the euphonium.
Right. So you've got in mouthpiece sizes, the French horn has an even smaller, more narrow than the trumpet. So the size of our lips are going to affect how you form the embouchure. So, I mean, genetically speaking, if you've got bigger lips, probably euphonium, trombone, or tuba are going to be easier for you to get around. I mean, for me as a trumpet major, I probably would have been better with the trombone. But I mean,
really?
I had the trumpet. I walked in already because my grandfather had a trumpet, so, and that was his instrument. So,
yeah.
But Alex, you play a whole bunch of different instruments.
well, trumpet's what I did my degrees in, but accordion and button accordion are probably what I'm best known for. I love playing bass guitar. So once a year I go
I've
to
never
Chicago.
seen you play guitar.
Yeah. Well, I don't play regular guitar. I just play bass.
Okay.
And
Or bass guitar.
I now play upright bass as well. I got an Ampeg in the studio, and my first gigs were on drums.
Wow.
So I played drums for my dad 2 days a week at a German restaurant when I was like in 7th grade. Just,
And your favorite by far is the accordion, though,
well,
because that's what brings down the house.
That's what I have the most work into.
It's your love.
It's where it goes. I mean, I started piano, but I graduated to the accordion at age 4, and that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you play a hell of an accordion, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes,
you
you
lead
do.
a heck of a life, my friend,
Yeah.
and I'm always glad to be able to come out and hang out with y'all.
Heck yeah.
So,
Always
Alex,
welcome.
besides here today in our studio, where can we find you?
Well, obviously, all of the internet stuff, you can go to alexmeixner.com, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. I mean, YouTube, and patreon.com/alexmeixner. And please come on out to Wurstfest. Let's Prost. Let's have a good time.
Yep. Starts on this Friday, on the 7th of November, and ends the following Sunday, the 16th.
10-day
And
salute.
it's going to be a hell of a time.
It's what it's all about.
10-day salute. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
J-Rock, you got anything to close us out?
No, man, I'm just excited about Alex tearing it up, man. One more question, real quick. What goes through Alex Meixner's brain, starting it on the 7th, like when you have that first, performance, and then you're getting to the last? Like, where does your energy and brain kind of, or does it stay the same?
Good question. So the funny thing is, it's not about getting on the actual stage first. It's about walking into the grounds as there are people there. To me, when I step out of the van and get into the parking lot and see the first people coming into Wurstfest, I'm on stage because it is my responsibility to, when people come up to me, for me to start engage. That is where the energy of the audience starts.
Nice.
So when I see people and they're like, oh, we can't wait to see your show. I mean, that's pumping me up. That's like, okay, boom, boom, boom. It's starting to happen here right now, and it'd be like, okay, we start at 7:00 or whatever it is, and it's like, you're planting the seeds,
Nice.
it's like, man, before you get out for the game, the locker room is where the game really starts. I mean, that game can be won or lost in the locker room.
Yep.
And when I'm practicing, Oh, what's coming out? What's giving me a little challenge today? I picked up the flugelhorn this morning because I was just warming up on a horn this morning. And I was like, certain notes were just not sounding. You wake up, some mornings you're a little stiff. Some mornings you wake up, you're just ready to take on the world.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I got to get my breathing in place. I got to get the muscles in place. I got to get all this stuff in place so that the mechanics of playing are more automatic. And so it can be more about the reaction to the other musicians, the reaction to the audience, the thinking ahead. While we're playing a song, am I going to play the next song that I happen to write down on a set list? Or am I going to call an audible because this is happening?
Yeah.
Or I see this person's hanging out backstage. Can I pull them on stage to do something? I just found out that these people got engaged 15 minutes ago, or
it's J-Rock's birthday and you're going to sing for him.
Exactly.
It's decision making on the fly.
Well, exactly.
That's awesome.
And it's preparation meets opportunity.
And it's experience.
Yeah.
You just know. The intuition.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah. It's just the Alex Meixner intuition that you have.
And sometimes...
What can I do or maneuver to bring the house down?
Exactly. And then sometimes I throw an incompletion or an interception. I mean, and go, that's not what I expected to happen.
But the crowd really doesn't know. They're just gonna be like,
sometimes, yeah. Hey, look, I'll go. Oh my God, Rory has this on his phone and plays it at me, so I might as well just put it on out there. Okay, I was like, I don't know, we were in the middle of this thing, and I was going to go into Tsikisaka, Hoi, 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 the song, okay? And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I did like the Spice Girls? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And Tommy in the back, he hears me go, and he's like, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna. I'm just going, Tsikisaki, Hoi, 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 Tsikisaki, and then go into the song, right? And I just fumbled it, and I'm mumbling something over the microphone that sounded like I was having some kind of seizure or something. I sound like, just like, and like we'll be going somewhere, and Rory's like, "Hey, you want to hear something funny?"
And then he plays it for you.
But the crowd loved it, didn't they?
They're just laughing at me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I can laugh at myself too.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I fumbled it. It totally went sideways. Okay, it's the same that like. When a kid's being teased, the best way they can get back at a bully is to just not be affected by it.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, it's just like, look at great comedians. Look at Ralphie May. Before somebody can ridicule him for being as large as he is, he plays it the entire time. Yeah. And you're just like... It's probably how he got started. Now, it also probably led to his demise in that he didn't take care of himself physically. So it's like we gotta make our things.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Alex, before we close, I got one request.
Yes.
How many S's are in your Braunfels?
44.
44.
There's only one S in New Braunfels. You'll find it right at the end. There's not one in the middle. Spell it with me, my friends. N-E-W-B-R-A-U. E-L-S. There's an X in the middle of the head, a G in referio. There's two S's in Lampasas, but none in Del Rio. There's only one S in the Braunfels. You'll find it right at the end. There's not one in the middle. The next verse is in German. Die heiße deine Käse. Du bis 3 Hotels. Hier kann nicht hier rauchen. Wir gehen nach Braunfels. There's only one S in Braunfels. You'll find it right at the end. There's not one in the middle. Let's all sing it once again. There's only one S in Braunfels. You'll find it right at the end. There's not one in the middle. And now this song will end. Woo. Let's hear it for Bill Whitbeck.
Amazing stuff, Alex Meixner.
Great stuff.
We love you. We love what you bring to the community. We love what you bring to the stage, and inspiring and motivating people. Like I said earlier, you're a beacon of hope. You're a beacon of inspiration, and we love it. Keep that going. Don't ever stop being you.
Thank you, my friend.
I love it.
You keep doing what you're doing. It's a pleasure to be out here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning
Yeah.
in.
So those of you, thank you, Alex. Thanks for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. So those of you watching, it's also an honor and a pleasure having you tune in today. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us watching the amazing Alex Meixner. Go out to Wurstfest. If you've never been, you're missing out. We know times are tough with expenses and things like that, but if you can make it one time, it's gonna change your perspective of not only polka music, but of Wurstfest as a whole, and just the sense of community is overwhelming. You're gonna love it. The family's gonna love it. Whoever you bring out, you're gonna bring out that extra layer of excellence for you and everybody involved in your life. So you can reach out to us on social media, the Social Plug Podcast, social media, Social Plug Media, that is, socialplugmedia.net. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. And with that said, you are unplugged from the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up, and we'll see you next time.